All right. We're going to be continuing the Mermaid Mask. We started this out yesterday. We only played for a short little while. Let's try and see if we can recall exactly what was going on and who we've spoken to here so far. So, we know that Magnus Mortuga, this is the actual murder victim. He's the ex-captain of the Mortuga submarine. And what is this? Oh, this is the order that everybody arrived on the submarine. Okay, that's interesting. So, obviously Magnus was the first because he was the original captain. And then out of everyone we've talked to, JD Werman and Dirk were the most, are the oldest. Like, they've been here the longest. And then Mariana Moon, and then of course us. But it seems like pretty much everyone else is going to be in this area in between because Werman and Dansum said that the only one who came after them was Moon. So everyone else will have come earlier. And then the only note we have on him is that he was super curious about contracts. Basically, Dirk was saying that he was trying to figure out how to use contracts to make people either do things or not do things. Like, he wanted to understand how to use it to control people. It seemed kind of malicious, but you know. Then we've met Dirk and Werman. Dirk is an actor, Werman is an author. And Dirk is the lead actor in the movie based on the book that Werman wrote. And then Mariana Moon, she's just a regular person. Yeah, wandering historian storyteller, it says. She just came here because she thought it was an interesting place. For whatever reason. She arrived shortly before Mortuga was killed and refuses to talk about exactly why she's here. Okay. Interesting. I think she was giving us a timeline. My brain started to glaze over yesterday when she was giving us the timeline. Let's ask her about the night of the murder.
We enter the bilge, but it's too dark to see anything. Mr. Grip, who is clearly tiring of my company by this point, opens the vent in the ceiling to let in a little light. Moments later, a voice is heard, echoing down from above.
Whose voice?
A young woman, and then an older woman. I can't remember exactly what was said, but I remember thinking it sounded a little like poetry.
What happened next?
The sound of a scream, and then a dull thud.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a murder.
But which murder?
Anyway, by this point, I've used up all my patience, so I decide to take my leave. I thank Mr. Grip for the tour and return to my new lodgings in the cargo hold. I have to put up my tent twice, as on the first attempt, a sudden movement of the submarine undoes my progress. After some time, Mr. Grip and the young Miss Seafoam appear in my doorway. It seems they've come to fetch me for some kind of official submarine business. We head back towards the mess hall, Mr. Grip and Miss Seafoam heading up the ladder before me. I spot Dr. Zephyr emerging from the airlock. He has a glass bottle in one hand and what looks like an old leather bag in the other. I update him with what little information I have and attempt to catch up with the others. Laying on the floor is the body of Captain Magnus Mortuga. Amongst the living, mutterings are breaking out. Murder and mutiny, cauldrons and curses. But with Zephyr finally in attendance, Tadpole calls for order, demanding justice for her slain captain. But nobody really seems to know what to say. The next morning, it's announced that Miss Seafoam has taken over as captain. And, well, here we are.
Did you say Miss Seafoam? I thought Seafoam was a guy. I guess Seafoam's a girl. I don't know that we've seen her yet. I mean, obviously we haven't, but we may have glanced at her because when the submarine came up, there was someone standing on the deck and they disappeared before we made it to them, and I suspect that might have been Captain Seafoam. So what we know so far that's kind of interesting about the case is that when Mortuga was killed, someone was spotted right outside the window in the water, and then after that, there was a large shake for the whole submarine. So whatever they were doing out there was pretty significant. It was enough to mess up her tent, and it was also enough to wake up J.D. Werman, who was taking a nap. So it was a pretty hefty shake. But let's go and see if we can just meet the other suspects still. Still haven't said hello to everyone yet. It's the only way we're gonna get the full story here.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I think there's someone in that basket.
Interesting looking fellow.
What
Some
on
kind of
earth are you
jester.
doing?
Customers, come in, and welcome to Mr. Grip's Emporium.
Wait, what?
Ah,
I
this
guess
is
he's
Grips.
Mr. Grip.
What's that? You'd like a succinct yet exhaustive rundown of our operational philosophy?
I don't think I said that.
Here at Mr. Grip's, we plot the unplottable, chart the unchartable, and measure the unmeasurable. No sea too vast, no night too dark, no fog too thick. With the right contraption in your pocket, even the great unknown may be quantified and calculated. So fret not, noble navigator, as we stock all the essentials.
So I guess he actually works for the submarine. Like, works as part of the crew. Which I didn't think before. Oh, interesting. Can buy some different items from him. I'm not actually sure what we would even use these for. Compass, sextant, chronometer, map, spyglass, and chart. Because we're not navigating the submarine. Oh. Okay. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. What is this? Okay. There's got to be some way to actually do this.
I'm sorry, you can't afford this item.
I don't want it.
I guess I just have to try to buy everything before he'll let me leave. Okay.
I'm afraid you don't have enough money.
I know. I'm not trying to buy anything.
Apologies, you can't afford that one.
I can't afford anything.
Mr. Grip, we're not customers. We're detectives. We need to talk to you.
Oh.
Why didn't you say so? Now, what is it you wanted to know?
Okay. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Grip.
Can I get your full name?
Godric Grip of Mr. Grip's Emporium.
And that's this little shop you run down here in the engine room for some reason.
This is merely the newest branch. The flagship site is back in Circuum-on-Sea.
Yeah, we saw it. It's all boarded up.
Yes, well, I can't make a living selling compasses to the ghosts in a ghost town, can I?
So that's what you do? Sell compasses? Seems kind of niche.
We buy, sell, and service all manner of nautical navigation equipment. What's that? Ah, yes, we also provide cartographic consultation. We'll analyze and decipher any map, all for a low fee. Some maps may be
Hi, Lucian.
decided on a case-by-case basis.
Sorry, did you just talk to your stick?
You mean Cornelius Kane?
And he's given it a name. Great.
Don't ask any follow-up questions. Maybe he'll let us move on.
I'm gonna have to ask more questions. I'm sorry.
How'd you wind up here?
I crashed my hot air balloon into the ocean. Whole thing came down. Dreadful. And of course, I
Hey,
didn't
Mega
swim. I
Rock,
don't
what's
think
up?
body straight.
How'd you crash your balloon?
A rather spirited disagreement
Marcus.
with a flock of migratory pelicans led to an abrupt
Sure, okay. And the actual reason?
storm.
There we go.
Wait, so you're an aeronaut? I thought you were a shopkeeper.
Yes, well, you're quite right, of course. But I'd been inspired to leave my shop behind and head out on a journey of discovery into the great unknown. That was the plan, at least. As you can see, I didn't make it very far at all.
So there's a storm, the balloon crashes, you fall into the ocean. Then what?
Enter Captain Mortuga. He finds me adrift, fishes me out of the water, and promptly places me here.
In the engine
Okay.
room? Was
So you-
every other room taken?
On the contrary, only Mortuga and Zephyr were living here when I arrived, so I rather had the run of the place. Cornelius and I just agreed this would be the best place to set up shop, as it were.
This is the Mermaid Mask, Mega Rock. So this is a murder mystery game. So far, we found the victim. he was looking into a cauldron and he got a cut across his neck that killed him. And we're trying to talk to all the suspects right now and just figure out what's going on, because it was here on a submarine and everyone's kind of here for different reasons. So we're sort of figuring that out right now. I thought Grip was maybe part of the crew, but it seems like he was actually just someone who they picked up. He crashed his balloon and ended up in the water.
You just said you'd been inspired to leave it behind.
I had to make myself useful somehow, didn't I?
That's fair. Okay, what were you doing on the night of the murder? You blame the stick? Cornelius Kane? Yeah, I mean, if he was bludgeoned to death, that would be a possibility, but it's to be something that was able to cut his throat.
I'd taken Cornelius up to the mess hall. Poor fellow needed a little repair work, you see.
Were you alone up there? Aside from Cornelius, I mean.
No, Werman was there, working away on his typewriter. Then, all of a sudden, somebody new came down the ladder. A woman by the name of Mariana Moon. Werman and I conversed with her for a few minutes before Mortuga himself entered the room. He passed through towards the child's room and the storeroom, but before he left, he asked us to provide Mariana with a tour of the submarine.
We've heard this part of the story before from both Werman and Moon's perspectives, but now we're hearing it from Grip's perspective, so we'll see if he can offer anything new.
Werman feigned a sudden fatigue and slithered off back to his room, leaving me as the solitary tour guide.
You do kinda look like a tour guide, to be honest.
Yes, well, I won't bore you with a blow-by-blow. I'm sure Mariana will cover that in her statement. Suffice it to say, we ended up in the bilge at the very back of the submarine. And there we were, standing in the dark, when all of a sudden, a voice echoed down from above.
Mortuga's voice?
No, a young woman's, possibly two different women. The voices were followed by the sound of a blade, and finally a dull thud, like something hitting the ground.
So that was, of course, when Mortuga died, because the blade was him getting cut, and the thud was him falling down on his back. But what's curious here is that they said there's the sound of a younger woman and an older woman, but not the voice of Mortuga. Mortuga was locked in the room completely alone, so how could there have been voices from two other people? Were they in an adjacent room? Were they actually in there and somehow made it out? And if so, who are they? Which two passengers could they have possibly been?
Sounds like a murder to me.
What did Mariana make of all this?
Well, apparently satisfied by our impromptu eavesdropping session, she made her farewells and left.
You didn't go with her?
No, I stayed a little longer.
Did you hear any other weird noises?
I did. First, the sound of the storeroom door wrenching open and then closing again. Secondly, some kind of short, heavy scrape. Mechanical.
Scrape?
And finally, a dull thud, like something hitting the ground.
Sorry, again?
How many murders were there?
Wait,
I didn't really know what to do with myself after that.
so... Okay, wait, no, this is interesting. So what he said, I kind of was misunderstanding. So there were the two voices. There's the sound of a blade, and there was a thud. But after that, when Moon left, he heard something that sounded like maybe like a blade, but like scraping, which is probably where those scratches in the cauldron came from. And then he heard another thud, which was probably when Mortuga actually died, which means the first one is something entirely different. We haven't seen Captain Seafoam, and there were two women, like there was a younger girl and an older woman, so it's possible that Seafoam actually didn't make it. Like maybe both of the captains died. I'm curious now. We have to go find her and make sure she's alive.
But an unexpected lurch of the submarine caused me to very nearly topple over into the bilge water. So I decided to take my leave and return to the safety of my engine room.
You didn't want to go upstairs and see what was going on?
I certainly thought about it. Ultimately, I think it came down to cowardice on my part.
You didn't want to run to the murderer.
So, let's see. I was sat there, feeling rather pathetic, when Cynthia appeared in my doorway.
What did she want?
Well, she had a compass she wanted me to fix. I agreed to take a look at it for her. But that wasn't the end of it. She then told me she'd been asked to bring me upstairs along with everyone else. And so, after fetching Mariana from next door, the three of us went up to the storeroom. I saw Mortuga's body laying on the floor, saw the cut across his neck. The cowardice I'd felt before, compounded. Tadpole spoke to the room. She wanted a confession, or even just an explanation. It goes without saying that nobody was willing to offer one. Really, that's the end of it. After that, several things happened very quickly. Cynthia became captain, decided to bring in a detective. You two arrived, and here we are.
Okay. Interesting. We need to go find Tadpole, Zephyr, and Symmetry for sure, but I really want to find Captain Seafoam. I'm confused though, because Seafoam was appointed captain, but I didn't see her in that room when they show everyone discovering the body. So I'm not sure if she was actually there, or if they just knew that she would be the next captain and appointed her, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she was actually present.
This is the weirdest submarine I've ever been on.
And the first?
And the first.
Hello?
Wonder if we can go through here now.
Who solved the crime?
Is that Captain Seafoam?
We're doing it.
Maybe she's scared that she's gonna be killed
Did you
next.
talk to Sim yet?
Sim?
Sim! Symmetry!
Where is she?
She'll be in the room nearest the Illusion Theater.
The child's room? The one with that weird painting? We checked in there.
Yeah, no, there's no weird painting in that room. Just a weird girl. Tell her to knock it off and start taking this seriously.
What?
I knew it.
She was a real person? Wait, no way. Wait, let me go back in there. Where is she, like behind a hole? What's going on? Oh, you can see her body coming out. She's standing behind the dresser. Sim, why are you being a weirdo, dude?
Alas, I am outwitted. My paltry facade undone.
I mean, yeah, I could see you blinking.
We could hear you breathing a little bit too. Sorry.
Bound are we by limitation of the flesh.
Your Symmetry, is that right?
Symmetry Silk Moth, illusionist. And you? Are you not detectives both, in service to the captain?
Pretty much, yeah.
And should thou find me guilty, what punishment awaits?
We don't really plan that far ahead, to be honest.
Will we find you guilty?
Incarceration?
My heart is burdened heavy, true, but not from murderer's guilt.
Okay, glad to hear it.
Technically, she just said she isn't feeling guilty. She didn't say she wasn't guilty.
That's true. Maybe she's a psychopath. All right, tell us about yourself, Sim.
So you're an illusionist. What kind of tricks do you do?
My magic act is theatre-born and played upon a stage.
Oh, like with big props? Smoke and mirrors kind of stuff?
Smoke and mirror, crate and cage, doors and doubles both.
How long have you been doing it?
Since approximate 12. I'm now approximate 18.
Approximate?
My sum of years I cannot say. Time hath kept no count.
Oh, okay.
Do you only do big stage magic? You don't by any chance do any close-up stuff?
Grimoire, she's not here to perform for you.
Cast thine eyes upon this card. On its back an image clear, a duck or rabbit's form. Think hard and choose with steady mind, and I'll predict the course of fate.
Okay. Should I think of a duck or should I think of a rabbit? I'm gonna think of a duck, because that's what I call my girlfriend, Ducky. So we're gonna go with duck.
Okay, I'm thinking about it.
That's the trick. Sorry, but this is like the most basic optical illusion. There'll be a drawing that looks like a duck or a rabbit, depending on how you interpret it. What does it say?
That's the trick. Sorry, but this is like the most basic optical illusion. There'll be a drawing.
Okay, I get it. Very good. Well done.
Symmetry's so weird. She's so weird. Ducky, yeah. Okay, the Mortuga submarine. Tell me, when did you arrive?
Is this your bedroom?
My chamber shared with Cynthia Fair. Take a left down the hall.
Oh, so this room is, what exactly?
My place of toil.
What are you toiling on?
many a thing, all a manner of things.
Keeping busy, huh?
I must remain of some use, lest I should become useless.
What would happen then?
Surely I'll be tossed into the sea, where I will promptly perish.
Uh,
Thereupon, my listless form becomes a meal for a passing sea turtle.
I don't think they would throw you into the water, Sim.
Symmetry.
But oh, the turtle finds me scant sustenance, and he too will perish, and we'll both be dead forever and ever.
Symmetry!
I kind of like her. She's growing on me. Okay. So, what do we know? Okay, we know that Sim wasn't wherever Godric, Dirk... Or no. So, Worman, Moon, and Grip were all together, and then Worman went back. Dirk said he was taking... No, he wasn't taking a nap. What did Dirk say he was doing? Either way, he was alone. So I don't have any idea what Symmetry was really up to. She could have been one of the two female voices, though, that Moon and Grip heard. She's younger, so it would have been the younger voice. So the only one that could be older is maybe like Tadpole or Captain Seafoam themselves. Let's just see what she has to say, though.
Are you getting enough to eat?
Alas, by flesh and frame and bone and blood I set but little store.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So what do you set store by?
Oh, like, what are my interests?
Yeah.
Enwrapped, enthralled, of cloth-in dolls, of effigies, of twins,
Okay, sure.
of glass and gleam, of mirrored eyes, of phantoms falsely cast.
Fine. Mirrors, okay.
Curious.
Of what, if aught, doth lay beyond this fleeting form of flesh?
Huh.
Symmetry Silk Moth, number 4, the unblinking eye.
Considering the Moon said that it was poetry being recited that was one of the two voices, I'm increasingly convinced that she was one of the two that they overheard. Okay. The unblinking eye. What? What do you want from me? What
Symmetry Silk Moth, number 4, the unblinking eye.
I don't know what she wants from me. Am I interpreting what the unblinking eye means? Is it open because you're afraid, just like staring into the darkness? Is it open because you're resolved and you take even a moment to blink? Or is it open because they're obsessed, fixated on the target? I'm gonna go with obsession because we just watched the movie Obsession the other night. But normally I would have won with resolve. But I'm gonna go with obsession this time.
Obsession?
Okay, so I don't know if that was right or not. She didn't really give me an answer. She's peculiar. I think I need to ask her one more thing though, yeah, about the night of the
Scene
murder.
opens. Submarine interior. Symmetry lies awake in bed.
We're really doing it like this.
She is restless, wrought with guilt.
Guilt about what?
A sudden movement of the submarine wakes Cynthia. Cynthia, noticing Symmetry. Oh, you were already awake. What is wrong? The two young women briefly talk to one another.
Not gonna give us that bit?
Cynthia, getting up. Oh, I must go and inspect the control room. Exit Cynthia. Symmetry lays in bed a little longer.
Is Cynthia Zephyr? What? Who is she? She's not in our suspect list.
Symmetry, getting up. Oh, I must return to the Illusion Theatre. I cannot bear it.
Return?
The Illusion Theatre. The door is already open. Symmetry sees Captain Mortuga laying dead on the ground. She screams. She also sees a large face passing by the window.
What? A face outside the submarine.
Enter Dansum and Worman. Dansum. Oh, my dude, this is crazy.
Oh, my
Worman
dude.
says nothing. Enter Madame Tadpole. In her wake, Mr. Grip, Cynthia, and Mariana. And after a short while, Dr. Zephyr. Madame Tadpole taking charge.
I think
Oh,
Cynthia
which
must be
one of
Captain
you is the
Seafoam.
murderer?
Cynthia must be Captain Seafoam. That must be her first name. That's the only thing that makes sense, because we just found that this is Dr. Zephyr, and that's Tadpole. So that's literally all 9 of our suspects. What? So she has to be Captain Seafoam, right?
Tell me now so that ye may be punished appropriately.
I'm sure that's exactly what she said.
Exit Cynthia and Symmetry. Cynthia, visibly nervous. Oh, but who will become captain now? Symmetry, pondering. Oh, do you think Mortuga wrote a will?
Not a bad question.
The 2 young women attempt to enter the captain's cabin, but the door is locked. They decide to visit the control room instead. Cynthia is now moving with urgency, and Symmetry is lagging behind. Cynthia emerges from the control room. She is holding several sheets of paper and the captain's logbook. Cynthia goes down the ladder. Symmetry follows behind. Outside Worman's bunk room, Symmetry noticing a piece of paper on the ground. Oh, surely this was dropped by Worman, as it is from his typewriter. I shall return it to whence it came. She places the paper back into the typewriter. Symmetry returns to her bedroom. Scene ends.
Okay. Not entirely helpful, but that's okay. I don't know what we really expected from Sim. But yeah, so look, guys, there's no, what did they call her? Not Sim, because this is Sim. Oh my gosh. Like Cynthia? There's no Cynthia, so Captain Seaphone has to be Cynthia. It's the only thing that makes sense. That has to be her. So we still need to find Tadpole, Dr. Zephyr, and Cynthia. So let's just go look around. I guess we can come back here and just see what it wants. I don't know if it wants me to just talk to Sally or if it's about this guy again.
Sim?
It's probably about her. This might be Cynthia back there.
Yeah.
And?
I'm not about to declare her innocent right here, right now, if that's what you were hoping for.
Aw, come on. Do it.
Wait, what? Is this actually Sim then?
We haven't even spoken to all the suspects yet.
Oh, which ones are you missing?
You. Open the door, Cynthia.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Looks
Get
like she
out
unlocked
here,
the door.
Cynthia.
Finally.
Now tell me that you're Captain Seafoam.
Hey, so thanks for finally letting us in.
You know, I have to say, that really was pretty unhelpful.
It is I, Cynthia Seafoam, fearless captain of the Mortuga submarine.
Hi, I'm Sally.
Aha! Then you must be Detective Grimoire,
Correct? Yes?
the world's greatest detective, here on my submarine.
The world's... No, I'm not the world's greatest, just a detective.
I don't like that she's already calling it her submarine. That's really suspicious. Like, maybe she had some ulterior motives and actually killed Mortuga.
She was probably talking about me.
Now I assume you've come to make your official report. Let's hear it. I'm a busy woman, you know.
Slow down there, Miss Seafoam. We just came in here to question you since you're one of the suspects.
But I hired you.
Yeah, no, that doesn't get you off the hook, I'm afraid.
What? Really? Ugh, this is so totally unfair.
Cynthia's obnoxious. Mutiny, yeah, I could see that. I don't like Cynthia so far. She's weird.
So, how'd you end up as the new captain?
It's just the way it's meant to be.
Okay.
It's all above board, okay?
I didn't say it wasn't.
That's real
I didn't
sus.
actually say anything.
Cynthia, what were you before you became captain? Do you have any credentials?
15 years experience as a nautical engineer and shipyard mechanic. Family business.
You don't look much older than 15 now.
I'm 18! Ugh.
How does an 18-year-old end up on a submarine?
I came by rowing boat.
That's not really what I meant.
Wait, the rowing boat we saw up on the foredeck, that's yours?
Correct.
You should know, it's in bad shape, and it's missing an oar.
I'll add it to the list.
So how come you wanted to hire Grimoire?
Because there's a murderer in our ranks, and they must be rooted out.
So, what do you want us to do exactly?
1. You will investigate and ascertain the identity of the killer. 2. You will return here and report your findings to me. 3. You go home.
3, you pay us. 4, we go home.
3, she pays us. 4, we go get ice cream. 5, we go home.
Deal.
Wait, I didn't...
Meeting adjourned.
I'm with it, Sally. We'll go get some ice cream. Okay. Yeah, I'm still pretty suspicious of her, though. That's really strange to me. Let's see what she has to say about the submarine. This should be where she explains how long she's been here and why. I mean, she said she has 15 years nautical experience. That doesn't mean she's on the submarine the whole
Why
time.
did you want to come to the submarine in the first place? To become captain?
I sought an audience with Magnus Mortuga. I had things I wished to discuss with him.
Like what?
Matters of great importance. Affairs of great significance. Dealings of great...
She's not going to tell us.
Not yet. We'll get there.
How long have you been here, Cynthia?
I arrived a few weeks before Mr. Warman and Mr. Dansom.
I'm assuming you don't live here in the control room. Where do you sleep?
Oh, well, Mortuga put me in the bunk room at the bow end of the ship. I share a room with Sim.
If you arrived before Dirk and Warman, the other bunk room would have still been empty. But Mortuga made you share.
Yeah, I think he wanted to keep that other bunk room vacant.
Ah, interesting.
I'm not complaining. I really like sharing with Sim. She's great.
So, what are you gonna do with the submarine now that you're captain?
My first order of business, hiring you two. We really can't do anything else until this gets cleared up, you know?
Sure, I get that. What about afterwards?
We'll sail the 7 seas and have adventures. You know, that kind of stuff.
Okay, with a submarine. It's not a ship.
I woke up when the submarine made an unscheduled maneuver. Everyone should have been asleep, but suddenly we were surfacing.
How could you tell?
When the submarine surfaces, the bow tilts up and the stern tilts down, and diving's the opposite. My bunk room's in the bow, and I could feel it tilting up.
The bow is the front.
I knew that.
I wondered if someone other than Mortuga might be at the wheel. I was gonna go check, but then I noticed Sim was wide awake, looking upset. When I asked, she told me something had gone wrong with the new magic act she'd set up. I told her she could always take it down, rework it, and then try it again later. She seemed to agree with that, so I left her and went up to the control room. The control room was empty, but I could see we had actually surfaced, so I went up onto the foredeck to check. There wasn't anybody out there either. I had this weird feeling and really didn't want to go back to bed, so I went back to the control room. I took a closer look at the control panel to see if I could work out why we might have surfaced. Suddenly, the readings all started to go haywire. The ship's compass, the needle, it was, malfunctioning. So I pulled it out of its socket. Yeah, I figured it would need to be taken for repairs. So I left the control room but bumped into Dr. Zephyr in the parlor. He was carrying a little empty bottle made of green glass. I don't know why. I didn't ask. I went down the 2 ladders and towards the engine room, since I wanted Mr. Grip to take a look at the ship's compass. But then Madame Tadpole appeared and called out to me. She wanted me to bring Grip and everyone else and meet her outside the storage room upstairs. I went into the engine room and gave Mr. Grip the compass. I told him the needle would need replacing.
Did he agree to fix it for you?
Yeah, of course. He even said he had a bunch of replacement needles he could try out. Anyway, then we went to the cargo hold to fetch Mariana Moon, and the 3 of us went up to the storeroom like Tadpole had asked. We went down the corridor. The others were gathered outside the little room at the end. I looked through the crowd and saw Captain Mortuga laying on his back, dead. Everyone was trying to work out what had happened. Someone mentioned that Sim was the last person who'd seen Mortuga alive. I didn't like where the conversation was heading, so I took Sim and left. And yeah, that's about it.
You went straight back to your room?
No, I went back up to the control room first.
For what reason?
I was wondering if Mortuga had left any instructions or any paperwork. I wanted to read the captain's log too.
Something tells me that's not the whole story.
That's the whole statement, I swear.
The whole
If you have
statement.
any other specific questions, I'll, field them separately.
Okay. So we still haven't fully discovered what that first thud was, but it's most likely something to do with the magic trick that went wrong. So most likely Sim was doing some kind of magic trick, presumably with Tadpole or Zephyr. I guess with Tadpole, something went wrong. She felt bad about it. She went back to the room with Cynthia. And that's what, Moon and Grip heard. But then Moon left, and then Grip heard whatever actually happened with Mortuga. But 2 people told us they saw someone outside the window, and they weren't there at the same time. So I think it was both Dirk and Sim. Yeah, because Sim got up there first, and she saw it, and then when she left and then came back with people, whatevs. And then when Dirk was there, he saw it. Okay. So maybe it's the same person who was out there. I guess it could have been... Really, everyone's pretty accounted for, so I don't know who could have been out there. Whoever it was probably responsible for the surfacing. Like, they're probably the ones responsible for making a submarine surface. I don't know if they were in the control room first and then went out. Or maybe it could have even been Mortuga who made them surface, but it doesn't seem like it. He doesn't really have a reason to have done that we can tell. So we still need to talk to Zephyr and Tadpole. We'll have to do that next time though, because I am gonna call it for today. So thank you guys for hanging out, for stopping by. We'll continue the adventure, continue the mystery next time. Farewell. Yeah, peace.